Today is lesson 5. I'm calling it ZigZag Man. And what I'd like to do today is I'll clean up any of these that I didn't finish so you can see them in their final state. And you, at this point, had time to try them on your own. And then we'll add ZigZag Man. So I don't forget, let me make a new subclass that I'll call ZigZag Man or Z-Man. And my ZigZag Man, I'll choose a figure for ZigZag Man. Maybe I'll use the businessman guy. Or maybe I'll use the stick lady. Okay. Let's use the stick lady. Okay. So the ZigZag Man I'll come back to. So I just want to double check on the others. So up and down man, we have him moving up. What we did was we first decided we had to turn him 90 degrees, so we'd be facing down. We moved him. He moved him. Then we checked to see if he hit the bottom, and then we checked to see if he hits the top as well. And if he hits the top, we turn him 180 degrees. So let's just double check that. That one's done. What we don't have is up and down man that moves to the side, moves right, moves back and forth as well. So I'm not going to take care of that just yet. I'm going to leave that for down the road. And let's see, did we finish back and forth? So up and down man works in terms of going up and down. Back and forth man I think works in terms of going back and forth. Let's double check that. And that does. I'm pretty sure I'll make one of each so we can see that they both work. So let me close this out. I'll close this guy out. Let's make an up and down man, one example. Let's make a back and forth man. We'll put one sample in. And let's run, and they should move back and forth, up and down. And there, we're working great. So let's pause that, reset. Our back and forth man and down man. Let's see how that guy looks. And we'll run that. And back and forth man moves down. And he hits this side. He didn't move down, so we need to fix that. So I didn't finish that up. So let's pause. We'll finish back and forth man so that he moves down on both sides. So we talked about this that when we head left, when we get there, as soon as we realize that we have reached the left side, we're going to, instead of turning 180, we'll turn to the left, which will be minus 90. And then we will move 50, which will move him to the next row where in terms of our checkerboard. And then we'll turn 90 again. Or not 90 again, that'll turn us right back. We're going to turn in minus 90 again. And then we'll be heading back across. And let me close up that block of code. We talked about this last time about if we want to do more than one thing, we want to make a block of code. Let me balance this up so it looks nicer. And I'll compile that, and we'll close that out. I guess I missed on my compile click. Nothing seems to be happening on the compile. Maybe I have an error. Could have some type of syntax error. Let's take a look at our clock man. Make a new, I didn't want a clockwise man. Let's get rid of that. I want a back and forth and down man. So let's put him in here. And let's run back and forth and down man. and he moves down on the right, and on the left side he moves down again. So back and forth and down man is pretty good. And at the end he gets stuck. And that'll be a future tasks to have him, once he hits the bottom, move back and forth and go back up. So he'll go down and up as he hits the walls. And I'm going to leave that for you. So let me pause this guy and reset him. I think clockwise man, we did everything in clockwise man, except we did not worry about the left side of the right side. So I'm going to copy these, both of these guys, and I'll copy them and I'll paste them in, and I'm going to doctor them up to handle the left side and the right side. So if I put them in here, I want to be checking the left side, so that's get x minus 10, check the left side, and we talked about that. If that is greater than, actually if it is less than 0, so if the left side of the actor becomes minus 10 becomes less than 0, then we want to back up 20, turn 90 degrees, and continue. And then if we hit the top, that would be if we get to 0 at the top, that would be get y minus 10. We would still want to back up 20 and turn 90 degrees. So this should take care of the clockwise man working on all 4 walls. I'll put the clockwise man right here and let him run. So he's spinning out of control. So somehow I made some error, probably with a less than or a greater than. So let's go back and look at what happened. So let me open up clockwise man. So this is the right side, and that worked fine earlier. This is the, let me try just one thing first. Let's reset. Let's see what does work. So let's put the clockwise man somewhere in the middle here, and let's see if he spins out of control right there. He does. So let's pause and reset. And let's look at the code. So we're moving 15, then we're checking to see if he's right side is greater than the width, then this would happen. If the y value plus 10, which is the bottom, is greater than the height, then we would back up 20 and also turn 90. Here we're checking to see if get x minus 10 is less than 0, then we would back up 20 and turn 90. And if we get y minus 10, and that is greater than 0, but we don't want that, we want to know if that's less than 0. That was our problem. And if that is less than 0, if the top is less than 0, that means we've hit the top wall. And that should solve everything. Because the way we had it before was the y value was always greater than 90, so we were always turning. Let's compile that and close that. And X that out. And clockwise, make a clockwise guy. And there he is, and we'll run it. And now he should turn right on each and every wall. And then he would become clockwise perimeter man and keep moving around the outside. So clockwise man, khaki pants. All right. So to make ZigZag man, I'm not going to make ZigZag man for you. You're going to take care of ZigZag man. So what we want to have happen with ZigZag man, and let me put one of them out here. We want ZigZag man or ZigZag woman. She's going to move, and when she hits the wall, she's not going to turn 90. Let me put it here so we can see. She's going to turn and move on a diagonal. And when she hits this wall, she'll turn on that same angle again. You can pick the angle. And she'll either go this way again and then here and go that way. But she's going to alternate from moving horizontally or vertically to moving diagonally. So she's going to make a Z type of shape. And you can do this by same kind of thing we did with Clockwise Man. When she hits a wall, don't turn her 90. Turn her greater than 90. And I'll let you play with that. And I recommend whatever number you use for each wall, try to make it the same number in each. You don't have to, but I want you to play with that. And I'll do more with ZigZag Man next time. All right, so that's for you to work with your ZigZag Man, and I cleaned up the others so that we can you can check back if yours weren't working. And the only thing I did not do is I didn't add an up and down man who also moves right. And then down the road, we're going to do back and forth man who goes down and then back up and down man who goes right and then back left. Till next time, that's the end of today's lesson.